recognized symbol of excellence for your entertainment.
The Kiss train rolls on here on the program. The numbers on the 80s album rankings spoke for themselves. You want more Kiss. Therefore, you wanted the best, you got the best. The hottest band in the world in a top 10 song spectacular. Kiss Top 10 Songs right here on Machino Music. Welcome to Machino Music, a show that puts some music in Machino music, with your host, me, Brett Strong. Today on Machino Music, it's Top 10 Songs, Kiss. My 10 favorite songs by Kiss. We're still riding the Kiss wave on this show, so let's get right to it. Alright, here we go. My top 10 favorite Kiss songs. Continuing on the Kiss wave. The Kiss train keeps running on this program. So popular last time, and I'm back with a new show, so I just want to... Hello? This is Gene Simmons of Kiss. I saw that you did an episode of your show on my band. That did quite well. I'm calling to discuss some business. I have my lawyer... I don't know how he got this number. Alright, that's taken care of. Phone's away. Rearranged a few things here. First off, I just want to say thank you to the people who watched the 80s Kiss album ranking. Did very well. You know, I'm running a hot dog stand here, so, you know, it's good to see some new customers. So we're going to continue on the Kiss train because that did so well. Why not? This is my top 10 songs. Again, these are my favorites. If you don't hear your favorite song, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Y'all like different things. That's cool. So we're going to start number 10 from Hotter Than Hell, Parasite. Such a great song. One of the heaviest Kiss songs. Probably from the heaviest Kiss album, especially of the 70s albums. I mean, that's like the first, that's a heavy metal album right there. And yeah, Parasite, such a great song. She'll always be there, try to grab a hold. That's kind of like, in a way, kind of like an early kind of influence where you can see thrash metal going. Definitely had an influence on those bands. You know, great song, love that one. At number 9, from my favorite Kiss album, Creatures of the Night, the title track, Creatures of the Night. I mean, this was the introduction of Eric Carr. This is the song where I thought, like, this is his statement. This is where he's saying, I'm the new drummer in Kiss, listen to me, I'm going to hit you with my bombast, my thunder. That's what he's doing on this song. Such a great, just an awesome song. And actually Steve Ferris, who went on to be the guitar player for the 80s band Mr. Mister, Take These Broken Wings, he plays guitar on Creatures of the Night. So it's not Ace Frehley, it's not Vinnie Vincent. It's the future guitar player for Mr. Broken Wings, Mister. So take these broken wings. There you go. A little bit of trivia. Just a lot of studio guys were kind of coming in and out during the making of the Creatures of the Night album, so he happened to be one of them. All right, next up at number 8, from Hot in the Shade, Boomerang. The closing track on that album, a lot of people don't really like that album. I actually really like it, and part of the reason was because Boomerang. That song is so great. Now, with a more raw production, it'd probably be a much cooler sounding song. But, I mean, the drumming on that, the guitar playing, the whole thing, I mean, as I said on the 80s Kiss album ranking, I think that song kind of borders on thrash metal. I mean, just listen to it. It's a fast and furious song. That was a big spit I just did right there. But yeah, great song. Gotta have Boomerang on my list. These were very hard to kind of absorb. Don't really worry about the numbering too much because, these are just my 10 favorite songs. Number 7, also from Creatures of the Night, Keep Me Comin'. Another song with just an awesome intro to it. I mean, just a big, heavy song. Eric Carr is just thundering on the drums. And, sex song. Paul Stanley, classic Keep Me Comin'. He just doesn't want to stop. He just wants to keep going. Let's go all night. That's what he wants to do. So Keep Me Comin'. Really cool song. Love that one. All right, coming in at number 6 from Lick It Up, the opening track, Exciter. This is such an awesome song. I think this is like one of the most pure, just metal Kiss songs. And you got Rick Derringer, I'm a Real American Derringer, playing the guitar solo. So really cool. Yeah, just love that. Exciter, so cool. And again, Eric Carr. He's like my favorite rock drummer. He's not here. This is Peter Criss, the Cat Man. Coming in number 5, from Asylum, Who Wants to Be Lonely. This is like one of my favorite Bruce Kulick guitar solos. Bruce Kulick was a very underrated guitar player, and I think he fit very well in the band, especially during that period in the 80s. And it's a great guitar solo. And, really cool, really good Paul Stanley vocal. I really like that vocal. And that chorus is so big, got that big sing-along chorus. Yeah, really cool. And the drum fill that Eric Carr does just before the chorus, insane, so cool. Now I was going to say too about the music video. I mean, this was like their really, really glam period. I mean, the outfits they're wearing, Gene Simmons, he said if they dressed in kind of like the New York Dolls in drag, he'd look like a football player wearing a tutu. Well, he looks like a football player wearing a tutu in this video. And Paul Stanley, what's he wearing? He's got that puke green or yellow, mustard yellow jacket with pink gloves. Paul, girl, let me tell you, those colors clash. But, he doesn't care. You could be blinded by that outfit. And for somebody who wears, very bright shirts, I think I know a thing or two about blinding people with your wardrobe. Go back to this, Star Child. But anyway, really cool song. Love that one. Coming in number 4 from Love Gun, I Stole Your Love. Just an awesome song. This is it just kicks off the album so well. And also, it kicks off the Kiss movie Detroit Rock City so well. When the mom, Jam, his overprotective mom, Jeremiah, goes and thinks she's putting on her Carpenter's record, actually puts in Love Gun, puts a needle on, and of course, if you had a glass in your hand, that's what would happen. That song came on, you just spill it all over yourself. That's how that song hits you, especially if you're not expecting it. Yeah, so good. Love I Stole Your Love. That was very redundant. All right, number 3 from Destroyer. Wearing my Destroyer shirt. God of Thunder. This is like the quintessential Gene Simmons song. Even though he didn't actually write it and it wasn't intended for Gene Simmons originally, Paul Stanley did it, and he did it okay, and it was kind of, as legend has it, Paul Stanley tells one side of the story, Gene Simmons tells another, so, everybody has their side of the story. But as legend has it, it was like a dare, they're just trying to one-up each other, oh, I can write a Gene Simmons song, yeah, well, I can write a Paul Stanley song. And so, they kind of challenged each other, and Paul Stanley succeeded in writing kind of a Gene Simmons song. And then he said, well, this song's so perfect for Gene, let's just give it to Gene. All right, coming in number 2 from Creatures of the Night, War Machine. Another signature Gene Simmons tune. They're doing this song on their farewell tour. And he's kind of taking the place of God of Thunder, at least he'll do God of Thunder, but War Machine's kind of that same song as well. Like, it's just a big, such a Gene Simmons. And he actually did write this one along with Bryan Adams. Bryan, the only thing that looks good on me is you, Adams. I'm not going to get into another rant on Bryan Adams, but Bryan Adams can suck it. Bryan Adams sucks. I can't stand Bryan Adams. Apparently he smells too. He's like a really stinky guy. Good. These people will stay away from him. Hell with Bryan Adams. I'm not talking about him anymore. But yeah, War Machine's such a great song. Gene Simmons song. And also, you got Howie Mandel in there. 80s Howie Mandel apparently is doing the background vocals on War Machine. And it was 80s Howie Mandel, so he probably had a glove on his head blowing it up through his nose. And coming in at number 1, I gotta say this is my favorite Kiss song, From Revenge. 1992 album, God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too. This is one of the first songs I remember really being into. Actually, the first Kiss song I ever heard was this song, because I was a big Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey had come out. I was like really excited about that because, I was already seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Oh, there's a sequel. And this was the big song. This was a song they time traveled and they learned of this song, and this was the song that won them the Battle of the Bands and made Wild Stallions the greatest band on earth. It's one of those songs. It definitely has that this is such a huge moment. It's just such a classic, just rock and roll song. And it was originally done by Argent, another one of my all-time favorite bands, who actually morphed from the Zombies. So I actually got to see God Gave Rock and Roll to You, the original, played live when I saw the Zombies, and they started doing some Argent tunes, and I got to hear this song. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Getting to hear my favorite Kiss song, and also really got me into Argent. Anyway, there you go. 10 favorite Kiss songs. If you're a fan, I hope you enjoyed this. That's it for this week. Until we meet again, this is Brett Strong saying good journey.